Good evening, folks. You should all be able to hear me loud and clearly now, and hopefully see my screen, which is the homepage of Pitchero.com. If you're struggling to see us, there's a chat tool on the right-hand side where you can list any problems you've got, or you can add a question, which Carl has already done. In the question section, I'm joined here by Joe from support, who will help pick up the questions and help me answer those. So first, welcome along. Welcome to the webinar where we're launching and talking about the new template that we're rolling out to all clubs. This will happen in the next coming weeks during summer. Tonight, we'll go over the template. We'll go over the key features of it, key parts of the design, which is changing. And then we should have some time at the end for some questions. The overview takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and then questions, early stage question lasted 20 to 30 minutes, so we should be finished comfortably within the hour. So without further ado, we'll get underway. So if I switch over my tab here, you should be able to see my full screen, which is a mock-up of the new homepage design. And this follows the design that we've got already in the Club app. If you haven't downloaded the Club app yet on iOS or Android, I recommend it. It's doing really well. The feedback and ratings of that are very good. So the design follows that, and that's carried through all the pages. So let's start by having a quick look at the design. First, you'll notice the global navigation bar, the white bar at the top's gone with the Pitchero logo on. That's now over here. So the login piece is here. You're logging on the top right-hand side. That opens up a bar for you to log in and sign up on. Quick links are now across the top. The 4 quick links are here. The logo sits on the top left, and then we have a new navigation bar across here. And we're still working on the final bits of the navigation bar, but this will be the style and look of the main navigation bar. As we work down the page, we have 4 news items which are on a scroller. They scroll through. This white line comes through and it fades into here. 4 items here, and then we have more news items here. So there's 10 news items in total shown on the home page. The first question we get is, will the news items remain sticky? Yes, they will. You'll be able to control what order the news items appear in and what's sticky and what isn't. You'll notice that there's a background image. So the background image that you see here is actually pulled from this image, and that background image will change with each photo as well. So what we try to do with this new design is try and remove the amount of design work each club needs to do, but instead rely on the photos and the videos that you guys upload. So it should look a lot smarter and run a lot faster. As we scroll down, you've got the first sponsors bar. An often request that we get is to add more sponsors to the homepage, and that's what we've done here. The sponsors here are in black and white, but when you scroll over the live site, they're in color, and they link off to the sponsors page, and you can control how many sponsors you have here as they scroll across. More sponsors on the homepage, and they take up more space on the homepage, which is also something which we're asked for a lot as well. As we scroll down, we get the different news items, which are all bigger, look more attractive, nicer layout, use of the images, and again, you control the news items that appear here. And then you come down to the different boxes, latest results, latest matches upcoming. Again, that pulls in fixtures and results from across your different club. You'll see here the first use of the shields, which may be controversial, we're not sure yet, but for consistency across the whole network, we've created these mini shields for each club, and they appear in fixture and results and league tables, which I'll show you later. Here you have a league table, and then you also have club events coming up. And as we scroll down further, you have links to the latest photo albums, nicely laid out, and the links to videos as well. You'll also have social media boxes here as well on the homepage. And then the standard affiliates and club sponsors. So it's a nice, clean homepage. We spent a lot of time working on the performance, so we hope that each page will load faster and it's easier to find the content. By making it easier to find and quicker, we think a lot more people will be encouraged to come back and spend longer on your website and hopefully boost your traffic. We're only going to roll out 1 template for all clubs, so we're removing the option to have 5 different templates. The data is quite clear. The vast majority of clubs, 90% plus, choose the same template. So the other 4 don't get used at all. And when they are picked, they don't tend to do anything with the templates. So from day one, you'll pick a design, a look, a feel, and then you'll live with that forever until it changes. So what we decided here is to really focus on producing the best possible club website we can for all clubs, all large community clubs up to semi-pro football, and we think we've just about nailed it here. So we'll now go inside the website and have a quick look at that. and see the different sections. If we click on news first, it takes to the first news lister page. Again, nice and big, easy to use, fully responsive across iPhones, small mobile devices, and large iPads. All the news laid out. The big change here is that we're pulling through lots of different types of news content. So you can filter by the different teams within your club, the different news items, but you can also filter by topic. So if you want to just view all the match reports, the match previews, team selections, albums, or videos, you can do that here below by just filtering using these tools. And also you can filter by date very easily by selecting the month. If you click through onto a news item, images are bigger and the layout's much nicer. Nicer use of fonts, nicer use of style and different types of fonts and bolds with sharing options and the comments below. So a much nicer, cleaner layout for all the content, and your right-hand side showing you the next item to read or other latest news items. So that's the news section, which I'll come back to again in a second. If we move on to teams, we have a new drop-down listing all the different teams in a nice format. Again, you guys control these sections, so you can create a men's, a women's, ladies, juniors, youth, whatever you want, and the different teams below that. You'll also have a teams landing page, which shows you all the team photos, which looks really good. There's quite a few clubs we've already looked at, which have really nice team photos on, the team name underneath, and they look really smart, and they also appear when you click teams as well. So if we go through onto the first team, and we see an example team homepage, you get information about the team, you get a team photo, and you'll notice that the background image here, that's pulled from this team photo, and you'll see that sort of use across the website. So when there's a photo uploaded to a page, you'll see that used in the background as well. We have the upcoming fixtures and results, we have the league position, and we have training times, particularly good for youth and junior teams. And then we have quick links to club captains, team captains, admins, coaches, team managers, and then the latest team news, videos, and photos. So a summary of everything that's going on for that team. And that works well whether you're a senior semi-pro team or an under-15s or an under-10s, and you've got parents looking for information. Next page is we've combined fixture and results into one page called matches. That sits on here, full width. Again, use of these shields, a really nice new smart layout, which shows you all the links to all the fixtures and results for each team. Tables is also full width, new promotion, relegation bars placed, and your team highlighted here, and the full league table with all the different types of points and bonus points and adjustments. Squads pages have been updated, photos, and a really nice link through to players with their individual bios on, their stats for the year, their win and loss ratios, and a similar style is used across stats as well. So this is the new stats page for the team. So really nice bar charts and little rankings for the top try scorers, appearances, top goal scorers, average points per game, that sort of thing. Just nip back to the squad and I'll show you a little bit more of this player. So you also see their performance from fixture to fixture and results to result as well. So again, new icons used throughout. The biggest change is probably reports. So we have here reports where all the match reports are brought together onto one page. If I just bring you to this match report. So this is a great new page that we've brought together. This is the match report for all teams and for all fixtures. We've got, excuse me, you have an overview, excuse me, you have an overview page, and then you have the match report with photos, with videos, and links to the various albums and photo albums. You have the highlights, which is all the stats, and then if you upload if you upload videos of goals, they'll be listed here on the highlights page as well, so you'll be able to watch a 30-second or a 1-minute video. We got asked earlier today if the video has to be uploaded by Pitchero Play. No, it doesn't. You can go into the control panel at any time and upload any video to a stat. So if you crop out the various events of a match, or you just happen to have a goal on your phone, you can just upload that straight from your phone on the control panel into the highlights and the stats section, and it appears here. A new lineup, team selection page, a shortened version of the table, and match photos as well. So everything to do with the match report, everything to do with the fixture on this nice, smart new page with fantastic layout, nice and clean, simple to use, and hopefully a big improvement of where we are. You'll also see on the right hand side there the new match details bubble, and this can take a lot of information: match date, meet time, table position. This also has various other bits of key content for each game which you can add, which I know is key for juniors. It might have notes from the coach about what to do, where to go, form guides. All the rest of it appears in this new match details box on the right hand side. So that's the team section. All the key bits that you needed brought together, hopefully simplified, made easier to use, and hopefully look great, which will encourage more of your members to upload content and add fixtures and results. If we move now on to payments, see if I can bring that payments page up. There we go. Payments hasn't changed so much at all, really. We've just rebuilt it inside the new system. It's cleaner, it's faster. That's a key thing. We're going to be bringing a lot of upgrades to membership and payments once a new template is delivered. So we're excited about that, and we're bringing mobile payments to the apps in early July. So you'll be able to pay your membership fees via your mobile app, via the Pitchero Club app, and that'll be out in early July. The contact page, it's nice and smart, nice use of maps in your shield, different maps for different locations if you have a different training ground or you're working across multiple venues, and then your key contacts for committees, club officials, team managers. There's a nice tool in Pitchero where you can create multiple committees and show them off. You might have a junior committee, an adult committee, a social committee. They can all be listed here with key contact information. And again, you guys get to decide whether it's phone numbers or emails you show. Then in the final section, we have more. And this is where all your club information goes. This is an area where you can create custom sections. So you can create a whole section with multiple pages and multiple images and videos. So for example, you can create a section for your policies with your terms and conditions. You can create a section here with photos in, and you can create a section, it's the getting started section that someone's created with multiple pages in that sit on the side here. So this is great for things like your policies, welcoming new members, telling them about the club, history of the club. If you've got any awards that go back years and years, you can put them all in here. If you've got sponsorship information, how to sponsor the club, who to get in contact with, this can all sit within this section as well. You also have a new gallery page, and the current demo has actually gallery in the main navigation, and that shows both albums and videos. So I think we moved this out of this drop down and we placed it somewhere at the top here, gallery, and that has a new photo section and a new video section as well. So new photo section looks super smart. I realize we've got a load of rugby photos here in a football website, but this is a demo. But you can click through and you can see all the latest photos. They're much bigger, they're faster loading, and you can also add comments. And you can log in here. This is the side login bar, and add your comments and your feedback next to each photo. And again, there's obviously the restrictions and the child safety involved in that. So if it's a junior team and it's a junior team photo album, then only those that are registered can view that album. Okay, so those are the key big hitting features. If I return back to the home page, I think I've pretty much covered everything there. I'm just looking through my notes, but I don't think there's too much more to go over there. The last bit that I'll talk to you about is that we're also giving elite and ultimate clubs. This is what an elite and ultimate club will see. If you're on the free package, you'll see a black and white version of this with less colors. You won't have photos in the background, for example. It'll be pretty gray, and it'll have a lot more advertising on than we currently show at the moment. For elite and ultimate, you'll also have the benefit of having a side navigation. So you'll have the option between having your navigation across the top or horizontal navigation, but you'll also have the option of having the navigation down the left-hand side here. This is a mock-up that we're currently working on and we're currently developing. So you can have your news, teams, payments down here, and it works really fast, and it opens up the different pages, and it just creates more space across the top of the website as well. So that's a great way to sort of change the websites up, and we ourselves will run tests to see which websites perform the better, which get, which users find easier to use, whether it's a side navigation or it's a horizontal navigation, and we'll provide you with that feedback. So that's it. Those are the key bits. Those are the key big hitters. We hope to start rolling this out in the next few weeks. We'll certainly provide everybody with plenty of warning. Our rollout process is that we will test it on maybe a dozen clubs only for a good week. We'll then start announcing the dates when it goes live, and then we'll start rolling it out to 5%, 10%, 50% of the network gradually, and until it's 100% across the network. I can't emphasize enough that you as a webmaster doesn't need to do anything at this stage. We are simply putting a fresh face on your website. There is no change in content. There is no uploading of new content. Your news items will stay the same. If this is your first news item, it will be the first news item on the upgrade. If your teams are set up, your teams will not change at all. They'll have the same names in the same order, in the same rankings. So you as a webmaster or a team admin doesn't need to do anything. The only big change will be your logo. So some of you may have logos which are part of a bigger image that aren't a PNG, that aren't cut out. That'll change. We've currently got a team working through that, and they're creating cutout logos that are on a transparent background and saved as a PNG. If we swap over and your logo hasn't been changed, you can just drop the guys a line here, and we have a team dedicated to doing that, and they should be able to turn around your logo in a few hours and have it uploaded for you. And not only will it work here on the website, it'll also work across the mobile app and other areas around the network as well. So to emphasize, you guys really don't need to do anything. You should be able to, it should just be a nice, simple transfer over from the old template to the new template. Okay, so that was pretty good. 16 minutes, not bad. We've got quite a few questions that have popped up here, so we'll try and go through some of those. We'll try and answer them the best we can. If it's a question that's not regarding the template, we might take it offline, and one of the support guys will come back to you in the next 24 hours. But we'll do our best to try and answer as many of these as we can. First one is, can you confirm this is being recorded and that recording will be available on completion? Yes, we're recording this webinar. We recorded the one earlier today as well, so we'll crop those down and we'll make those available on the blog in the next few days for people to view. We have 2 more webinars planning for Thursday, so it'll probably be after Thursday. Why are the shields controversial? It's a very good question, Richard. We're not 100% sure, but who we've tested on so far weren't particularly happy. We actually think it's a nice and easier way. Logos, even Premier League logos, can sometimes look very messy when they're very small and very difficult to read because they have a lot of writing on. They have animals and things like that. So we found that with these shields, it's quite obvious. Red versus blue, black versus green. People can instantly see and recognize their club, and it's made it much easier to use across the network. Looking at the table, it looks like the first team is primary. Can you change other teams within the club? Yes, on the home page, there's a drop down, so you can quickly pick out any other team that you want on the league table to view. Also recommend you get the app, the club app, iOS and Android. You can then select the teams that you want on that app, and then every time you open the app, you'll get your teams first. Are you able to change the order of players in the team section? Yep, you can change rankings, but I think it also maybe fixed the field position as well.
Yeah, so it's position right now. We're considering a drag and drop.
Yeah. So at the moment, it's ordered by field position. So obviously, rugby is 1 to 15, league 1 to 13. And I'm not sure about football, but I think it is done by squad numbers. But we'll look into it. But at the moment, like Joe says, we're looking at a potential drag and drop solution. Moderation for comments posted on news items. So internally, we moderate automatically against swear words and things like that. But crucially with Pitchero, we try and make it so that everybody who contributes to your website is recognized. So they're registered and they're vetted by a group of officials and club webmasters, and they have their own name against it. So that's the key thing, making sure they have their own name against it. When someone puts their own name against it, it tends to remove any bad comments. Yeah, this is an interesting question from Mark regarding adding and embedding videos and URLs into news items. This is something we're hoping to do very soon. I'm not sure it's part of the rollout, but we really want to allow you guys to embed YouTube or Vimeo videos into your news items rather than have to upload them to Pitchero every time. And likewise, the same for embedding Facebook posts or a Twitter post or an Instagram post. To give you the tools to be able to do that is something that's certainly planned in. And hopefully we'll be part of the rollout, but it may follow on. Clubs can't design their own shields. I think it's automatically generated by the colors that you upload and the colors that you pick. Can results be captured but not published for teams in non-competitive age groups?
Not right now, but looking at it.
Yep, not right now, but that's certainly something that we're looking at. Yep, all the match reports are grouped by teams. You can't upload a match report without tagging it to a team.
It needs to be on a fixture.
Yeah, it needs to be part of a fixture. Will players be able to pay match fees from the app? Yes, that's something we're working on. From the early July, pegged in as the 1st July, we'll be hoping to release the app with payments built into the club app. So you'll be able to make club payments. And the next stage is to be able to attach a payment to a fixture. So you can request certain players from certain fixtures pay a certain fee. Not sure yet if there's going to be a full beta version for clubs to play around with before it goes live. We'll certainly consult a large number of clubs before it does and get their feedback. But clubs will be given significant amount of warning before it does go live. Is it possible to create a section that is only available to members and coaches?
Documents are a great area for this because you can control exactly which kind of member roles can see them.
Yeah.
But other than that, the same moderation applies that the webmaster chooses who can see exactly what by what role they have.
So is that everything within club information?
Custom pages are public, but you can attach private documents to a custom page.
Yeah. So at the moment, we can only stop users from seeing those things if it is a document. But I know it is on the feature request quite a few times. We're able to create a section within the club info page where you can restrict groups of members, so a player or a parent, but also right down to individual members as well. So hopefully we can get to that feature soon. Can the albums be linked to external videos, e.g. not uploaded? No, not at the moment. The album or the video needs to be within Pitchero, or hopefully soon you'll be able to embed it within a report or a news item. In terms of uploading photos and getting them optimized, we have a piece of software that optimizes the images as they're uploaded. So start with the high-res photos from your camera or your iPhone or your Android phone, and then start uploading them, and the Pitchero software will do the rest, and then we'll optimize their upload, optimize their size for what we need them to be used on, either on the website or on the web responsive view or in the mobile app. Shop options is an interesting one. So we're doing upgrades to the shop within the payment section all the time, and you can create your own shop and run your own shop. If you have a shop in partnership with a supplier, we recommend that you put links across the top. So across our top here, you can put your Clubhouse shop links. We also recommend that you put a fixed news item within the news promoting the club shop, and you can put links within the text within that and images of what they can buy, and also use the email marketing tools built within the system as well. The admin tools in the back end, they'll be updated, but there won't be major changes to the admin tools. There'll be a few new tools for the design of the new homepage. Things like, do you want a side nav or a horizontal nav, and uploading the new logos. But apart from that, that's about it. The rest of it will stay the same. What determines Elite or Ultimate? If you go to pitchero.com/pricing, you'll see the 3 packages that we run. The free package, which is restricted to 3 teams, has a high transaction fee and lots of advertising. The Elite package, which is £20 per month, unlimited teams, reduced advertising and a cheaper transaction fee. And then the final package is the Ultimate, which is £80 per month, has a very low transaction fee and no advertising. So have a look at the pricing page, Peter. This, what you're seeing right now, is what will be on Elite and Ultimate. But if you are on the Elite, there will still be banner advertising, which isn't shown on this demo, but the live banner advertising will run across Elite. Yep, Chris, will your current information be drawn across? Yes, can't emphasize that enough. All the information on your current website, it's actually still the website. We haven't changed the website. All we've done is change the front, the pretty bit at the front. So it's still your website, still a domain name. Everything is still hosted in the same place, still same content management system, same bunch of news items, match reports, fixtures, results, etc. The only thing we've done different is put a new shiny face on the front of it. Admin section isn't changing much at the moment. We've got a big plan to improve the admin section, reduce the amount of complexity and the options in it, but the admin section, the control panel section, won't be changing that much at all. Question about play cricket. Yes, we're doing a lot to try and integrate play cricket and work with that. We at the start of the season, we upgraded to the latest API from the ECB. A couple of things that are coming on play cricket. You'll soon be able to see scorecards and ECB information within the Pitchero club app. So once your scorecard's updated on play cricket, you'll start getting alerts on your club app, and you'll be able to view that within the Pitchero club app. We're also talking to the ECB all the time about getting more information in from play cricket, whether that's more stats or the friendly fixtures. At the moment, we just get league information, so league fixtures, league results, and league scorecards. But we're talking to the ECB all the time about doing more with play cricket. The order templates will come to an end, and all clubs will move to this new template that you see here on the left. This is what a free and ultimate club would get. So this is what an elite and an ultimate club would get. The free club would be a sort of a more black and white version, less colors, and more advertising. Question regarding advertising. So the advertising level at the moment, on the homepage, there'll be two, on the elite and ultimate, sorry, on the elite package only, sorry. On the elite package, there'll be 2 banners on the homepage, and then roughly 2 banners per internal page as well. So that's what we call a large billboard, which will sit around here. And then further down between the section down here, there'll be a further billboard. And then on some of the internal pages, for example, this news page, there'll be a billboard at the top here and an MPU down the right-hand side. So we try and stick to 2 banners where possible per page. And we're working really hard on advertising. We know not all clubs appreciate advertising, but that's what keeps the bill down to just £20 per month. If you don't want the advertising, then you can upgrade to the ultimate package, and then you'll see no banner ads. But we're working really hard, and we're doing a lot more partnerships now with brands that are actively involved in the sport. So in football, we do a lot of stuff with Adidas and McDonald's at the moment. And in rugby, we do a lot with Mitsubishi and Quilter and Canterbury. And so we're trying to keep the branding and the advertising as sport specific as possible. Yeah, player of the match. That's an interesting one. We want to produce a feature in the apps where after a game, all players and parents have the opportunity to vote on a player. So that's scheduled into the mobile app to be delivered this summer. And so it's a fun app which we give a certain amount of time after a game, maybe an hour, where everybody associated with that game can vote, and then we announce the player of the match. So we're working on a feature for that already. Yep, you can choose this color scheme. So the color scheme is completely chosen by you, the club. So you can match it to your logo, to your club colors, pick two colors, I think it is, and that's throughout the website then, and that's also mirrored in the club app. In regards to if you've got changes planned, I'd go ahead and make them now. You won't see any loss of any content or anything like that until it goes live. The exact same content that you have now will be rolled over. So the exact same team names, players in the right team, content, everything like that will be rolled over into the new design. So I wouldn't hold back in making any changes. In terms of comments, yes, you can disable comments. That's in the control panel under settings. You can go in there and switch comments on and off.
The other option is you can say it's everyone, so every member, or just authorized members only.
Thanks, Joe. About the club shop, so the online shop is part of the new payments and shop section. So as I understand it, there's a new shop button coming back, and that's where clubs can run a shop, and then they'll have a separate section for payments, which is things like membership. So we've been doing a lot of work on the club shop, and if you've got some specific questions on that, please do reach out to our support guys, support@pitchero.com, or call the office, and they can tell you all about that. In regards to league information, this is an interesting one. So Pitchero has a central competition database where we pull in lots of league fixtures and results from different sources, and it gets bigger every year. This year, we're putting a lot of investment into that to make that even bigger. We're covering a huge amount of leagues within regional hockey, within rugby, and as much football as we can, but football is far trickier because there are far more sources. But if you have a league, a competition that you want Pitchero to cover, please do send that into the support team, and I'll see if we can. We can't do all fixtures and results. We need a really good source, but if we can, we will. We're working with some governing bodies now to make this automatic and to make these live feeds. At the moment, that's not the FA. We can't do it with the FA and we can't do it with the RFU, but we're certainly doing it with England Cricket, we're doing it with England Hockey, and we've got a few other governing bodies that we hope to announce before the season starts. And so if you are using fixture results that are centrally managed by a governing body, when their system is updated, then your club website should update at the same time. That's what we think and we think believe. So we're trying to get as many governing bodies to supply us with those fixture and results feeds. Saves you the job. Is there any plans to build an e-commerce function? Yep, we've got an e-commerce function built within the club websites already. If you go to the control panel and click on payments and shop, or shop and payments, you can create a full store in there. You can sell anything you want using Stripe or Go Cardless. You can sell kit, tickets, season tickets, tickets for events, a whole bunch of things, membership, obviously, match fees, fundraising, sponsorship. You can sell a whole bunch of things through the payments and shop feature. Can we make a round badge as an option over the shield? Oh, I think we're going down some tricky water there, mate.
I would love that internally, won't we?
We might have to hold off on that. We'll see what feedback we get on these shields, but we'll keep going with the shield for now. The admin section isn't changing yet at all. If we do that, that'll be very slowly over time. We wouldn't do a major upgrade like we are doing now. The admin section, when we do come to do that, that'll be small changes, probably on a weekly basis. 2 areas for sponsors on the homepage. Let me have a look at this. So there's 2 areas for the club to use. So this is where you can put your main sponsors on the homepage. It appears black and white, but when you scroll over, it goes color, and this scrolls across from left to right. You can also put some of your sponsors here in these links here. Those are the 2 bits, and then there's the one right at the bottom here as well, which sits at the bottom of the page in the footer. But your key sponsors should all appear here in this bracket right here. What level of background sidebar advertising will there be, Sharon? And that depends on what package you're on. If you're on the free package, there will be a lot. Because if you're using our free product, the only way we can pay and run that website and those mobile apps is if we have a lot of advertising on your website. If it's too much advertising, we just recommend that the club upgrades to the elite package, which is £20 per month. And if you upgrade to that package, the side advertising that you're talking about, the background advertising, that disappears. There isn't any of that advertising. Instead, it's just banner advertising. So if the advertising does become too much on the free package, please do upgrade. Just talking about archiving or updating the website. If it hasn't been updated for a while, the best thing to do is to add more news content. You can't actually archive news. It just sits in the right calendar point. So I'm afraid you can't do a bulk archive. You just need to go through a period of 3 or 4 weeks of adding something frequently. And as soon as you do that, you'll find it disappears into the archive pretty quickly. Will there be adverts on sites that don't pay a fee? So if you're not paying a fee, yes, there'll be lots of advertising on your website. Unfortunately, that's the only way we can make the website pay. And it's not just the website; it's the mobile apps, it's the support, it's the payments, it's everything. So if you're not paying the monthly £20 or £80 per month, I'm afraid there is quite a bit of advertising. Regards to the homepage, this is pretty much a set design. We've spent a lot of time looking at the optimal ways to do this. So we've got a question here about how much can it be modified. We could give clubs lots of different tools and lots of features to do things. And whenever we've done it in the past and speaking to other people, clubs just don't use them. So you'll go on, you'll look at them, you might move 2 or 3 things around, but that's it. You'll probably leave them alone and never touch them again. So the template is pretty fixed. You'll obviously be able to change the colors, you'll be able to change your logo, and you'll be able to change the order of some of these boxes as well. So if you want to promote, say, your Facebook above your events, or your league table about your latest results, etc., then you should be able to move those boxes around. But that'll be about it. The data is pretty overwhelming. We have a huge stack of features in the current creative element of the website, and they're barely ever touched. 99% of clubs touch them once and then never go back. So we worked really hard to create the best layout for all clubs, and we're going to be staying on top of this and tweaking it and improving it all the time. But this is the primary design for all clubs. The changes to the mobile app, the club app's up to date. We've rolled out some new Mac Center pages only this week for the mobile app, and the manager app is being updated all the time. So the manager app is improving all the time, particularly giving coaches and captains better access to their member information. But the club app now is as best as it will be. It's got lots of cool features in there in terms of design. The ratings are really strong. The improvement to the club app that we're bringing out in July will be mobile payments. So you'll be able to pay your membership fee and various other bits through your mobile app. And the manager app will be tweaked in the run up to the start of the winter season with improvements to the UI. Can we customize the shield? The shield is created by the 2 colors that you pick. So as soon as you pick that color, the shield's created. So the option to choose a new background image. So I'll just talk about these background images. So unfortunately, it's quite frustrating on this demo that this doesn't match, but this background image here will actually be pulled by the image in the news item. And then when this moves to the next news item, this image will change. And then the background image also changes. It looks really cool. When you see it working, you'll understand what I mean. If I just take you to the first team homepage, you'll see that this image here is also used as the background image. And so if you went onto the, I don't know, the ladies team, you'd have a picture of the ladies first team here, and that background image would also be the same ladies page. So again, we're trying to remove the amount of jobs and work you have to do. You don't have to create a background image as well as a news image. It's the same image. It's just slightly blurry and made to fill the space. And it looks really good. And when it starts moving and going and scrolling through it, it does look really good and really professional. Yep, email here from regarding the National League and making sure their club websites are all done at the same time. Yes, we certainly can do that. We do that for other leagues where we put in place all of their requirements from day one. So if you get in contact, Steve, with some of our support guys, make it clear what those requirements are. We can make that automatic. So if you are a National League club, as soon as the season starts or weeks before the season starts, we can make sure that every club on Pitchero has all the requirements in place. Is it possible to get the club logo on the app preface? No, it's not. That's an Apple thing. You can only allow 1 app logo per app, I believe. Otherwise, we'd have to create 8,000 apps, which would be tricky. So unfortunately, you can't do that. So in terms of the auto adverts, I think that's referring to a Mitsubishi advert that we're doing with some sponsored content, I think. So we'll be doing more sponsored content. It works really well, but instead of placing it through the news items up here, we'll tend to focus the sponsored content within this section down here. We may bleed more news items through, but again, we're very careful to manage those. And by putting more news items on the homepage, it shouldn't take up any space from the club, or certainly it should take up less space from the club. But we're aware that some clubs don't like those sponsored news items. I think it's referring to the Mitsubishi and the England Rugby news item. But they will continue to be pushed into the websites. Yep, integration works with the current app just as normal, no change there. It's seamless. You won't notice any difference between the interaction between the current club app and the website. It'll just be the same. No, you can't add news items through the manager app yet, although that is down to have a system where you can upload a short match report and a news item via the manager app at some point. The control panel won't change. Nothing's changing in your control panel. That'll stay exactly the way it is. We're just adding a new front end to the website. There'll be a few small tweaks, but that'll be it. Have we solved the API issue to Facebook and Twitter?
Yes, there were some recent issues with the way that Twitter and Facebook changed their own systems, and yeah, our system was a side effect of that, but that was resolved within the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so we think we fixed everything with Twitter and Facebook. They do change their APIs quite a lot, and they're getting stricter on it. We know that. So it's getting harder and harder to automatically send things from your website straight into the Twitter and Facebook feed, but we're always working on it. But that should be fully resolved now, Peter. Regarding league lineups and matching from our league Pitchero site, yeah, we'll have a look at this. I'm not sure if you've got EvoStick website or a National League website, but get in contact with the support team and we'll see if we can do that. Are we working with kit suppliers to better integrate club shops? Yeah, we talk to them all the time, and we don't really get anywhere with any of them. So it's been a long, tricky process. We've been doing this for 8-9 years yet, and we still haven't found a kit supplier who can integrate a club shop with the Pitchero websites. They all say they can, but often they can't. So at the moment, it's down to putting links and banners that move people across. Ideally, we'd love to just put the shop inside your website, and the members can carry on and shop and buy things and not leave your website. But the hardest bit is finding a kit supplier who can do that. RSS feeds for match reports.
Not aware of it being changed.
No, I'm not aware of that being changed, but we'll look into it. In terms of embedding links, what we're looking at is embedding videos, photos, and news items, or so videos, photos, and social media posts within news items. I'm not sure about embedding widgets to different websites. Again, I would use the links across the top to do that. I'd use the sponsored pages, and I'd use the custom pages as well to do that. More usability in the background, like moving where the players sit on the team pages. Not at present.
Yeah, but we've talked about this. This is
the rankings.
Yeah,
okay.
this is just the order of the players.
So we're looking at improving the ordering of the players, so drag and drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Will the app be redesigned to manage everything on one app, or will you continue to use two? Not sure yet. That's a hot debate downstairs with the dev team. No plans to merge the two yet. In regards to online club shop, in regards to a demo, any club can go into their club control panel now and create an online shop. You've got the payments and shop tool there on the left-hand side. If you don't have access to that, it may be that a webmaster is not giving you access to it. But in every control panel, there's a club shop facility right there that anyone can use. So check. If you can't see it, it sounds like you haven't been given access to it. So ask your webmaster, your primary webmaster, and go have a play. Regards to navigation and changing the drop downs, that's still not yet 100% confirmed. So when that is, we'll release more information on the blog. We'll add a new blog post probably midweek in the next week with the latest updates and more pictures from the websites as they're being rolled out, and also give some sort of final say on home pages, navigation, and a few of the key parts. Embedding YouTube, yeah, that should be fine on the highest package. That's something that a lot of the team wants to do for a while now. Yep, the design is fully responsive. It works great on a mobile phone. Reduces down to a tablet size, iOS, Android. In regards to advertising, again, if you're on a free version, you'll see a lot of advertising. If you move up to the elite packages, the amount of advertising will drop significantly. The advertising here, this is the elite package, there would be a banner just here and a banner further down, and that's all the advertising you would see. On the free website, you would see a banner here, and you'd also see a banner down the sides here, and then you see a banner at the bottom as well. You may even see a banner across the top. It's called a background banner that goes all the way around the website, and that's what pays for the website. So if you're on the free package, we have to run a lot of advertising, but if you're on the elite package, you only see banners that are in line of the page, so one here and one further down.